everyone. Good morning. It is Tuesday morning, about 7 o'clock, and I had a Monday update, and I just deleted it. So I deleted my whole intro, my whole Monday update. I don't know what happened. I don't know, I got a little too click happy. So we're gonna redo the intro, and we're just gonna start this vlog from Tuesday morning. So again, it's about 7 o'clock, and I decided I didn't know what video I wanted to do next, and so vlogs are kind of just a good fallback for that. I don't really have a theme or anything. It's just gonna be another weekly vlog. It is week 2 with work. I do want to say, if you hear birds chirping or if you hear traffic or anything, I have my window open because my AC is out. So that's great. I know if you watched my video from last week, you're like, but Sarah, it got fixed, and it did for about 2 days, and then it broke again. I came home Saturday and it was really stuffy in here, and I was like, but the air's running, like I can hear it, why is it so stuffy? And so I went under the vent and it was just blowing like warm air from outside. And then I tried to turn it off on the thermostat, and I clicked over to off and it just kept running. So I had to go over to the like little breaker thing and flip the switch on that, and it finally turned off. So we are yet again without air conditioning, so I have my bedroom window open. But that is that update. So in terms of work this week, we are going to be really diving into kind of the software side of things now, which is exciting. I am antsy to get going on that. I'm nervous about it, but like I've been doing a bunch of studying beforehand, so it should be okay. I did do my little presentation. Again, if you guys watched the vlog from last week, you'll have known that we had to do mock presentations, mock facilitations yesterday, just to get a feel for how it feels to do it virtually, because it does feel much different to do those kinds of things virtually. And then they just wanted us to play around with the company designed slides, as well as just get a feel for the facilitation tools in Google Meet. That way we're not on a client call and fumbling around with it for the first time. So it went well. The presentation was just me talking about you guys, BookTube, and then the facilitation, I just kind of did a thing where I had people like interact and give book recommendations as I gave them as well. So it went really well. It was fun. One girl did something really cute. She, for the facilitation, she did like a little mini like escape room dungeon type thing. It was like trying to find Blackbeard's treasure, and she narrated it as if she was like a DM in Dungeons and Dragons. It was super cute, and I was impressed. I really liked it. In terms of what I am reading, I'm currently about halfway through Patricia Wants to Cuddle by Samantha Allen. I started this on Sunday night, so if I did not delete my Monday update, you guys would have known my initial thoughts when I was about 70 pages through. I am now, that was very loud, I am now 128 pages through. So I'm having a good time with this. There's 2 little blurbs that have like buzzword like lists on here that I think really sum up what this book is about really well. So the first one is Bigfoot Lesbian Rom-Com Mystery Horror, and then the second one is Queer Sasquatchian Queer Sasquatchian Horror Comedy, and I think that that sums it up really well. Basically, we are following these 4 girls and then one of the producers on this show called The Catch, which is basically The Bachelor. and it is the final four, so we're like the semifinals, like day before this, or the episode before the finale. They are carted out to this remote island off of the Pacific Northwest coast, and my understanding is that eventually a Bigfoot or Sasquatch is going to become involved, and it's going to end up being kind of a finale, final girl, last girl standing kind of situation in more ways than one. But again, we're about halfway through and we've only got like little glimpses from a distance of Bigfoot at this point. I do think I'm at the point where the Bigfoot is going to actually show up. But this is also kind of like a commentary on reality TV show and things like that. It is very, very dramatic, full of cattiness and drama, which is entertaining. I wouldn't say it's funny right now. It's not really funny. It's more just outrageous in the drama, if that makes sense. I will say the characters do feel fairly distinct. One in particular is very distinct, Renee. She is very depressed. My girl needs some help. And then I think there's like one or two others that feel very distinct as well. So that's good, especially considering that this is like 240 pages. You know, that's not a lot of time to really flesh out 5 characters, because again, we're following from the perspective of 4 of the girls on the show and then one of the producers. But I think that Alan has done a really good job of this. What's also interesting is that they're in the beginning, like some of the chapters are like split with like chat logs from like a fan website, like a fan discussion page website. I don't know if you can see that. And then later, where the mystery element comes in, is somebody posts a like true crime blog post that has to do with this island, and I'm not going to give too much information outside of that because it kind of spoils it, but like then that's what that looks like. So we switch from the chat logs and have slowly transitioned to these blog posts in between chapters, which is really interesting. I think it's kind of a fun added element, and I'm enjoying that. But that is where we are with this. Again, I feel a little discombobulated now because my initial intro is it's gone now. I don't know how I deleted it. I got a little click happy. I realized I hadn't cleared out my memory card from the last video, so I was clearing it out and I just kept clicking the delete button. So, but yeah, it is now Tuesday, so I am going to finish getting ready. I think I just need to make coffee, get my water ready, get my breakfast ready, and then work. And then I think my main prerogative after work is to figure out what the heck I'm getting my dad for Father's Day, because that is this Sunday, and I don't know what I'm getting him. I haven't figured that out yet, so I need to figure that out. That is my main prerogative. And then after that, obviously make some progress here. You know, as always, gotta take care of the little lady, go on our WALK. Yeah, I don't know what else I have planned for tonight, but I'm gonna go finish getting ready for work. Hello again. It is, what day is it? Wednesday. It's Wednesday evening. It's about 8 o'clock. And I did finish Patricia Loves to Cuddle by Samantha Allen. So this definitely needed to be longer. It had really good moments and a really good foundation, and it got really bloody and gory at the end, and it was just like kind of a weird, fun time. But I think so much more could have happened in terms of establishing these characters, solidifying their backgrounds, and solidifying more of like the drama between them. And then like really were like playing with the tension that was starting to grow, but it just went too fast. This just wasn't long enough. And I just really wish that this was long enough, or longer, because I think that there could have been a lot more expanded upon in this and done with this, that would have just made it a lot more well fleshed out. It just felt, when things started to really happen, it was just way too fast. And like, I like fast, snappy stories, but I don't know, there just felt like there was a lot more that could have been done with this. I do like how it ended, and I will say there is a little romance in this that is just so sweet, and it's so like short and little and such a small part of the story, and I wanted more of that for a different reason than I wanted more of the book in general. I wanted more of the book in general because I think there just needed more in order to make it better. And with the little romance part, I just wanted more because I loved it so much and it was so sweet. It was done through letters between a side character and a character that we never even meet, and it was just so perfect and so sweet. So you know how I said like there was like the chat logs, of the like fan websites, and then the blog posts as well. Later, as you get into the story, there are letters from the 70s between, like I said, a very like minor character and someone that we'd never even meet, and they were just so sweet and I loved them, so that I just wanted more of because I loved it so much. But yeah, I think I'm giving this a 3. I think that it had like almost a good base to it. It just needed to be fleshed out more, I guess. Like even the characters felt they felt like they were going to be super strong, and then I just felt like we didn't quite reach their potential, if that makes sense. But I mean, I enjoyed it and I would still recommend it, especially just like if you want something fun and fast. I will say it was not as funny as I wanted it to be. I maybe just kind of like like a couple of times instead of like actually like giggled like some books have made me. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess I would still recommend it if you're just wanting something entertaining, but I do think it kind of left something to be desired a bit. So there's that one. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I haven't decided. I don't even know what genre I'm feeling, so who knows on that front. It is, like I said, Wednesday evening. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the night. I don't know, like everything, I feel just kind of like, what now? I haven't decided. I still haven't figured out what I'm getting for my dad for Father's Day, which is not good because it's this Sunday. I don't know. I've been debating and debating and debating, and I just haven't figured it out. So I guess this is a good time to work on that. But yeah, in terms of work, things are still going well. I will say, so I know I said that we have like a really in-depth training to get these certifications. I don't know if I really explained that. Basically, my training is going to be like 10 weeks long, and it's all built around getting 2 of like the base certifications, and then like as I continue through my job, they want us to keep getting certifications. But these are like the 2 main ones that we need to really start actually doing our job. And I had been studying before I had started the job through like a few different like websites that are available, because I didn't know what the structure of this training was going to be like. I didn't know how structured it was going to be, and I will say it is very structured. Like it's very much feels like I'm back in school. Like there's just lots of lectures basically, and then hands-on activities. There's even like a group project now, but not in the way that it's like dreading like it was in school. It's a good thing. I don't mind it. I think it's good. I like the 2 people that I'm working with. I honestly would have been happy with working with any of the people in my program. They're all really good. But I feel like I am really thankful that I took the time to study beforehand as much as I did. Not that like I feel like they're not going in depth enough with things, but just because I now have a really good, at least, base understanding, and these lectures are basically just solidifying my understanding and then clarifying things for me. So I am really glad about that. But yeah, it's been going well so far. I don't really have any more other things to update you on. I'll let you know whenever I figure out what I'm gonna read next. I'm sure you'll see the cover in the next B-roll. Yeah, I don't know, but we will figure that out. Hello and happy Friday. And do you hear that? Normally this sound annoys me. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. Normally it annoys me when I'm filming, but it is the most glorious sound I've ever heard, and that is my AC working again. And actually working, not just running and blowing warm air from outside, but actually blowing cold air. And it's just, oh, I'm so happy. That just happened today. I missed the email from my building manager, which technically she's supposed to give me 24 hours notice, not email me at 11 o'clock and the person comes 3 hours later. Because when I am working, I have my phone set not on do not disturb. I have it set to like a personal focus mode, so I didn't see the email. All of a sudden I hear I have my headphones on because I'm going to go into a meeting, and luckily it was a meeting with my friend who's my mentor, one of my mentors. But I was gonna go in a meeting, and all of a sudden she starts barking, and I hear a man's voice in my apartment, and I'm like, you better be a maintenance man for my AC, because that was the only reason why I should be having anybody come into my apartment. And I wasn't notified, but I was like, dear God, I hope that's who it was. And it was. He was so nice. He felt bad that he startled me. And then he felt bad that he couldn't fix the heat aspect of things, but he's like, I'll put some pressure on your building manager to try to get that fixed, because he's like, yeah, I noticed a couple of things were turned off, and he's like, are you having heat issues? And I'm like, yes. And that's a whole other thing. Anyway, my AC is working now. And it's very exciting. Yeah, the guy just felt really bad that he startled me, but it was a quick fix. He just needed to clean some vents out, apparently, and then I think that was the main thing. But yeah, it is Friday, so that's exciting. AC is working, that's exciting, and I started not one, but actually 2 books. I started the physical book, which you saw in the B-roll. Night Bitch by Rachel Yoder. I started that last night, and I didn't update you yesterday about it because I didn't get too terribly far. I ended up getting in on a Discord call and hanging out with my brother for a little while, and we played Magic again, so I didn't get terribly far into this. I'm about 28 pages in. So I didn't really have anything to update yesterday, but I wanted to update you today because I started it. It's another short one. This is like another one that's under 300 pages. It's like 238 pages long. It's an interesting writing style where it almost feels stream of consciousness a little bit. Not quite, but like almost. Everything is like told with a sense of like subtle abstractness. It's not like abstract, but it's like there's almost like a layer of abstractness to it. And another interesting thing is that when dialogue comes up, there's no like dialogue punctuation, there's no like quotation marks or anything like that. It's just you know, it says like the dialogue and then comma she said, or dialogue comma he said, that kind of a thing, but there's no like quotation mark punctuation, which is interesting, and I kind of think aids in the sense that in the feeling of it being quasi abstract, quasi semi-conscious, or stream of consciousness, which is interesting. Also, our main character is, I haven't even told you what this book is about. Oh my goodness, I'm already just blabbing about my initial thoughts and you don't even know what it's about. So this is following our main character, who is labeled just the mother or night bitch. Mostly the mother. And she is married and has a very, very young child, a toddler. And her husband is away for work about 5 days out of the week, and then he's like away overnight and everything for about 5 days out of the week. And so she is home taking care of the child by herself. And one day, kind of over a period of time, she realizes emotionally and like she feels very different. She's starting to be a bit more like angry and erratic, and then she starts finding this like coarse patch of hair on the back of her neck, and she's convinced that she's turning into a dog. I don't want to say more of what this back here, if you really want to read it, I'm going to put it here, and if you pause, I don't know if you can see that well enough, pause and read it if you really want to read the back of what this is. But I reread the back, and I feel like it kind of spoiled some things for me that I didn't want to know going into this, which is my own fault, but I feel like it gave a lot more information considering this is a 240-page book. All I wanted to know going into it was the fact that this mom feels like she's losing her mind and turning into a dog. That's all I wanted to know. The back, which I showed you, gives you more information if you want it. But yeah, it's another just like weird one. I've seen very mixed reviews about this. I hear a lot of people really excited about this book, and then when they read it, I've seen a lot of mixed reviews about it. So I'm curious as to what my thoughts are gonna be. So far, I'm into it. If you know the book, Be Here to Love Me at the End of the World, I'll put the picture somewhere right here. If you know that book, the writing style in here reminds me very much of that book. However, this feels so far, this feels way less confusing. But they've got very similar writing styles. So yeah, again, about 28 pages into this, very intrigued. I was not anticipating a writing style like this. I was anticipating just a more quote-unquote normal contemporary writing style, but I'm quite intrigued, quite interested in it. So there's that one. And then I also, the second book that I started actually was an audiobook, and I started it just today, like, it's 5:30 now. I started it about, it's a little after 5:30. I started it, I don't know, 4:45, something like that, when Toast and I went on our walk. That is Fantastic Land, and I'm blanking on Fantastic Land. It's by Mike Bakoven. And the reason why I picked this one up is because well, first of all, I was very intrigued by what it's about, but I had never heard of it before, and then this whole week, I had heard it mentioned. I saw it on an Instagram reel, and I saw it in 2 YouTube videos mentioned. Really? I don't know how long she's been doing that. I don't know if you saw her. Oh, good. I think I was blocking it. She's cleaning herself. Very, not a good thing to do on camera, my girl. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so I'd seen it mentioned multiple times, and I heard the 2 people that I heard it from were getting ready to read it, and then another one had like already read it, and they had listened to it on audiobook, and they said that it was just like a really great audiobook experience because it's told completely through interviews. So it's about a amusement park. It's told as if it's nonfiction. It's written as if it's nonfiction. Like there's a whole author's note kind of like giving you a background about like I did these interviews and all of these news outlets talked about this, but really it got all out of hand, so I'm here to like tell you the real deets, that kind of a thing. And then it's told through interviews, but it is a fiction book. It is a novel, but it's interesting because it's written as if it's nonfiction, and it's basically about this amusement park called Fantasticland that a hurricane hit in like, I don't know, 2017 I think they said. And the theme park, the way it was designed was like everybody that was in there got trapped and they couldn't escape due to how the theme park was designed for about over 30 days, and it turned into just this horrendous bloodbath. And so it's basically kind of dissecting through these interviews, like how did it get to that point type of a thing. So I am looking forward to it already. I agree it is a very good audiobook experience. The narrators do a really good job of reading it as if they're being interviewed, as if they're just holding a conversation, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, I am looking forward to it. It is, I would assume it's classified as horror, if you're interested in knowing the classification, like the genre classification. I would assume so. I actually didn't look it up before now, so we're gonna look now. What? I'm getting paranormal and supernatural. That doesn't sound right. Ghost, haunted. Hold on. We're gonna not look at the Audible descriptions. We're gonna look at the Goodreads descriptions, because that fantastic. Let me try to spell this. Horror thriller. That's what I thought. But yeah, I am looking forward to it. Already I'm enjoying it. I feel like this has been a very disjointed update, but those are the two books. So Fantasticland and Night Bitch are the two books that I am reading right now. And by the way, this is not horror. This is like a contemporary literary fiction with like possible like horror elements in it, but like it's not a horror novel, if that makes sense. If that like helps you determine it, like if you're interested in this book or not. But yeah, anyway, like I said, very disjointed, very long, rambly update, but those are the books that I'm reading, and I am going to eat dinner now, because like I said, it's about 5:42 now, so I'm going to eat dinner, and I was going, and here I am still updating you, I'm still going. I realized I just didn't explain like what I'm going to do next, because that's what you do in a vlog. I'm gonna eat dinner, and then I decided I wasn't gonna go to Draft again this weekend, because again, it's expensive. It's like $40 because of this new set. It's just expensive. Man, I decided not to go. So, not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna chill, read obviously tonight, but I don't know what else I'm gonna do. I really need to paint my nails really badly. Like these look horrible. And we'll see if I get to that tonight. I don't know. I get in these weird well, part of it is the nail polish remover that I have is just garbage. I need a better nail polish remover. The stuff that I did have, that my mom had given me for like Christmas one year or something was phenomenal, and then I ran out and I just haven't ordered it again. And so I just got stuff from Walgreens and it's garbage. It like doesn't work. It doesn't remove the nail polish. It takes forever to do it. But so yeah, I just keep putting off repainting my nails because I don't want to spend forever just trying to get the nail polish off. Anyway, this has been a really long rambly talk of I don't know what I'm gonna do after dinner besides read. I don't know. Tomorrow is gonna be exciting because I have to run an errand in the morning right away, and then I'm meeting my brother at the bus stop, and we're meeting then a friend, and we're gonna go to my city is hosting like a gay market, so we're gonna go to that. It's literally called the Big Game Market. And then Sunday is Father's Day. So then I'm gonna go back home. Home? I'm home. Like, I live at home, but then there's home. It makes sense? It makes sense to me. Gonna go back there and celebrate that. So that is kind of my general plan for this weekend. I'm gonna stop talking now because I've said that. I've said I'm gonna stop talking about 5 times now. I'm actually gonna do it now and go eat dinner. Hi again. It is Saturday evening. It's about 6:20. So my brother and I and a friend of mine did end up going to the Pride Market, which was fun. There was a lot of vendors there. We were all kind of really surprised and impressed with how big it was. Like, it wasn't huge, but it was a really decent size. I did actually pick up a few earrings. I don't know if you can see. I didn't pick these up at the market. A friend of mine, Aparna, gave them to me. And I've been trying to wear earrings more. You probably haven't noticed them in my videos because I film a lot right after work and with my headphones on. I have to wear headphones a lot for work, for meetings, so it kind of hurts, but outside of work, I have been trying to wear earrings more. So I picked up a few pairs. I got these. I just thought they were really pretty. Hold on. These guys. Oh, there we go. But these guys were pretty. And then there was a lot of, earrings with, bones, whether they were fake or real, but they were pretty big. But I did find these. These are definitely fake because the real ones were much more expensive, but they're fun. I like them. And then the last pair I got, I couldn't resist the little slasher dagger earrings. Great for Halloween and the horror convention, or just whenever I feel like wearing them. Speaking of the horror convention, that is to come in August. I don't know if I've mentioned it. Me and my brother are going to Rhode Island in the middle of August for the Necronomicon. It's every 2 years in Providence, Rhode Island. It's a big horror, mostly book, but also film and some games festival that happens for about 4 days. So we are going to go to that, and I'm very, 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 very excited. And then my brother and I just hung out for a little bit after that, and he is back home now. In terms of reading updates, I really don't have much of an update. With Night Bitch, I am still under 100 pages through. I'm on page 84, so I'm about this far of the way through it. It's not that I'm not enjoying it, I'm just having a really hard time staying focused, and I'm interested and intrigued by it, but I think the writing style it's causing some issues in terms of holding my attention. So last night I put it down for what I thought was going to be maybe 10 minutes, and I ended up doom scrolling for way, way, way too long. So yeah, I feel like I think it's just struggling to hold my attention. I guess it's an engaging writing style, but it's not it's engaging in a way that is not what I need right now. However, I mean, I'm going to continue it because I am interested. It's just, yeah, I'm kind of struggling to stay focused on it. In terms of Fantasticland, I have listened to more of it. I don't know how far we are. Usually it like tells you a percentage. We're on the 6th interview, so I guess we're on chapter 7 if you include the author's note. I would consider the author's note for how long it was a chapter. So we're on like chapter 7 out of like 25. I'm enjoying it. I think that the author has done some really interesting things where you're already starting to get introduced to some interesting characters who are being interviewed, who you know that they did something bad, and they're basically in denial that what they did was bad, and kind of trying to make a bunch of excuses for their actions, which is very interesting. And I just, again, think that it lends really well to the audio format because the narrators are really, really good. I just am like really enthralled listening to this. But yeah, I am definitely enjoying it. I don't really have much more like to say thought-wise outside of that at this point, but I did just want to pop in with a little bit of an update, so I do plan on reading more of this. I initially was gonna plan to start editing this vlog tonight. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I always have grand intentions of starting to edit this vlog before I'm reach the point of wrapping it up, just to, you know, get a head start on it, and most of the time that does not happen. So we will see if I end up editing it beforehand. I definitely do, like I said, plan to make more progress in this though. I don't think I'll listen to Fantasticland anymore tonight, because normally I listen to that like when I'm on the bus or when I'm walking toast, things like that. But because I don't really have anything else that I plan to like be doing, I don't think I'll listen to Fantasticland, but I think I'll definitely read more of Night Bitch. But that is my update for now, and I'm gonna let you go, and I'll see you in the next update, I guess. Hello! Check out my plant! My mom gave it to me. She had a friend that had 2 like baby offshoots, or like teenager offshoots considering how big this is, of spider plants. So my mom got one and I got one. So very excited. My new little spider plant. It is, what time is it? 7:20 on Sunday evening. I know I said I was gonna try to update you this morning, and I was going to try. However, I am very proud of myself, and I did actually work on editing this video, this vlog, last night, and so because of that I didn't plan to spend like as long as I did on it, but I spent quite a while. I kind of just got really wrapped up in it, and then ended up editing and getting everything ready for all of the footage. Sorry, Toast's dog hair. All of the footage that I had so far. So because of that, I haven't really made progress in Night Bitch. I think I've read maybe, I'm on page 108, 109. I'm on page 109. So I think I read maybe 30 pages. So I don't really have any like updates. My thoughts are still basically the same. In terms of Fantasticland though, I have made quite a bit of progress. I had to ride like a coach bus back home to my parents. I can't physically read because I get car sick when I'm in like a moving vehicle, but I was listening to the audiobook of Fantasticland, and I have actually just about 3 hours left, or just under 3 hours, so I've made a lot of progress there, and I have been really enjoying it. It is very good. Like I said, it's all comprised of interviews, and the interviews start out with kind of like, you get an interview from someone that was part of the Red Cross relief, and why it took so long for the Red Cross to get to the theme park, the amusement park. And then you get like a historian that kind of, first you get like the historian that gives you like a backdrop of Fantasticland and like the history of the amusement park. Then you get the Red Cross lady, and then you start to get you get a family that evacuated the park before everything got shut down and nobody could get in or out, and then you start to get people that were stuck in the park. And it's interesting because everybody, so a big part, like a big running theme of the amusement park is the fact that it's almost like it's like 5 theme parks in one, that there's like these there's like factions, and it was organized that way, and then thus, due to like a couple other factors, each like subsection or like mini theme park within the giant Fantasticland amusement park ended up generating these like factions, and that was where like all of the violence spun from. And it's really interesting to hear how, like, from the points of view of each like group, whether it be a leader of the group or someone who was like a key player or someone who switched groups at one point. It's really interesting to hear the different perspectives and how the groups handled themselves, and handled the different, I guess, tactics of the other groups. So anyway, it's just very interesting to read about, or I guess listen to, and it's just, I think it's a very interesting kind of concept. I could see where people find it very far-fetched, that you wouldn't think that with how quickly things devolved that it would happen that fast, but honestly I could see it. Like, I don't think it's that far-fetched. You've got basically a bunch of like 20-somethings, mostly they're 20-somethings, like it's a lot of like people just out of high school or college kids type of a thing that were stuck in this situation. You've got some older people, like older, not like old, but like people in their 40s, in their 60s, that kind of a thing. But the vast majority of these people that were in this situation were like straight out of high school, in the middle of college, just out of college, where they're just kind of thrust into this situation. And the whole thing, like a kind of revolving theme, is that the reason why it devolved so fast was because people were bored. They didn't have direction, they didn't have access to the internet anymore, they didn't know what to do with themselves without that constant distraction of their phones, which is quite interesting. I am enjoying it. Like I said, I still have about just under 3 hours left. I am going to close this vlog out here though, just because it is Sunday. So yeah, I've got about just under 3 hours left of Fantasticland, and then I've got about 130 pages left of Night Bitch. So unfortunately, I only finished one book during this vlog. I guess I always kind of feel bad or weird ending a vlog when I'm in the middle of a book or whatever, because I feel like you guys don't get my full, like my final thoughts of it, but it's Sunday and this is typically when I end the vlog, so I'm going to end it. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you consider sticking around and subscribing if you haven't already. And as always, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!